We have a problem. It's 11 PM. Tomorrow morning, Dave and I are going snapper fishing in Western Port for our first official snapper fish together in Western Port. And it's like in the last days of November 2018. But the problem is, we've got 4 Saragossa 6000s on our new Elevate rods, which we're very excited to test tomorrow. In fact, we've got 4 different models and we're going to pick which one's the best suited for Western Port. But the problem is, we've got no line on them. And we have to get this done all four in like an hour, so we can get home to bed and get up early. We've got some VIPs on the boat who'll be using these rods and reels. So look, we're just going to cut straight to it. Our mate Frank Ferncorn gave us one of these bloody ribbers called a BEES Knees Spooler. Dave knows all about it and how to use it. And this is a real life emergency situation where we have to use this to spool 4 reels really quickly. So I'm going to grab the camera and Dave's going to run you through how we use that to get braided line on these 4 6000 Saragossas. Let's do it.
Oh, hello there.
You idiots.
So yes, we do need to fill all these reels up with braid, and it's like 10:30 and I want to go to bed, so we need to do it quick. Frank has given us this, which is an absolute piece of engineering mastery.
Worldwide seller, mate. Worldwide seller. Never used one before. Where is it? The Busted Fishing
BEES Knees
Spooler. And Dave, as you can see, didn't muck around, just slammed it straight into my freaking bench.
Well, I was going to put it over here, and then I realised there was a pool table underneath, so I thought you wouldn't want me to just drill into that, so put it over here. But anyway, so basically this thing holds the spool of line, which in this case is 30-pound Power Pro, and it applies drag pressure on it. That way we can put the line onto the reel tight. If you don't put line onto reels tight enough, what can happen is the line can bed in on itself when you've got a heavy fish on making a fast run, and it'll bed into itself and then it'll crack off. So when you've got your biggest and your best fish on, you lose it because your line breaks. So basically this has two carbon washers in it, and they apply the drag.
So it's a very sophisticated drag technology system here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's very smooth, like a carbon drag of a Stella.
Yeah, so that's your locking nut. So basically that comes on and off, and that's the cone that comes in and sort of holds that in.
Right up in there.
A bit like a live centre sort of thing.
So it beats the old screwdriver held between the feet trick.
Oh yeah, wives and girlfriends all around Australia will love this invention. So that's probably a bit much drag.
Sorry Frank, we're not doing a pro video. This is a real video.
Yeah,
we actually have to get line on these reels.
Desperately need it. So we've got our 30-pound. We've run that down through the first guide of the rod and then onto the reels. And just below that we've put a little strip of electrical tape. That's just so that the line can't spin on the spool. Because we've actually seen it before where people have come on our boat with full spools of braid that are just free spinning on the spool, because they've done exactly that, put the braid straight to the...
Yeah, you have to have tape down, or at least mono down first.
Yep, so...
We use duct tape in a hurry. It's only snapper.
Easy as, straight through that, and then down to the reel, and then I just walk back here, and I stand in line with the spool, and I start the drag on, start winding. That's a bit tight. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to loosen that back a little bit.
It's very sophisticated and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, like that. That's better. And that's going on nice and tight. That is exactly what we want.
Alright.
And Frank was telling me when I picked this up off him that there's actually a few tackle stores that are using these BEES Knees reel spoolers, and they've done thousands and thousands of reels with them over several years, and they're still on their first set of drag washers. So they're made to last, they're made locally, and the best thing is that it's supporting local manufacturing in Australia, which is something that is dying out, and I think it's something that we really need to make sure that we all support.
Made in Australia, mate, by Frank.
Yep, around the corner from us, yeah. And he's exporting around the world, which is another thing that's...
These are huge around the world.
Yeah.
They're the absolute best of the best.
Yep.
And some of you would know that Frank Ferncorn joined us in Series 1 of YouFishTV, land-based fishing at Moyne Pier, on the show where we got that 6.5 kilo snapper with old Mario, and Frank was showing us his handmade lures he was making on the lathe. 12 years later, we're in a shed, coming up to midnight, using one of Frank's inventions that no doubt started on a lathe somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Bloody awesomely smooth.
Oh yeah. It'll stay like that forever too. We'll never wear those out.
No. But good for Tiagras.
Yeah, how awesome it's going to be for when we want to change the top shots on our sword reels and our game reels. Easy.
Alright, rip into it, Dave. We've got 4 to go.
Oh, mate.
So,
You're doing the next one.
So these are the Elevate rods. You'll see more of these over the next few weeks, but there's 3 models. You can see that one's thinner, that one's medium, and that one's thick. So that's your 30 to 50 pound. That's your 25 to 40 pound. And that little sucker is your 10 to 20 pound. And we're not sure which one of those is going to be best suited for Western Port sinkers and snapper.
And eagle rays.
And most importantly, eagle rays. So that's done. I'd say that's done, isn't it?
Close, yeah. It's about where we want to go. Maybe a little bit more, because don't forget we've got to fit a little shock leader onto that.
That's
60 pound.
pretty hard. That is on there rock hard, mate.
Yeah, it's on there. It's awesome. If we go up too high on that, what will happen is we'll get wind knots when we go to cast, which really is infuriating. So,
Alright, so just a few more spools and let's go to the next one. So, alright, so there's the tape, there's reel number 2, let's go. So which side's the washers in, Dave? Obviously around here, is it?
Yep.
The washer, keep going. So the actual cone itself spins.
I don't think they are in that side. No, I think they're in the other side.
No, it has to be, because the cone's spinning, go.
Yeah, but the cone spins on the other side too. See?
Oh yeah.
I think they're on the other side.
Yeah, okay, so the cone's spinning on this side. So there's a little cone in there. So you can see it.
You know what? It's exactly like a live center on a lathe.
So the cone goes into the hole in the spool. The cone is getting pressure applied from that cone, and obviously it's got washers in here. So it's just like a drag system. That's why it's silky smooth. And you need consistent smoothness.
Feeling the burn.
Well, we'll do a swap in a minute. Go as hard, go as long as you can. You do 2 reels, I'll do 2 reels.
Righto.
As you can see, we're in the dungeon. We're not really tackle rats. We don't have a huge collection. But what we got, we use well. Right, so it's nearly 2 done. Alright, we'll save the battery.
So, anyone that's after one of these, you can get them directly off Frank. He's got a website. Just search Busted Fishing. Or you can grab them off a stockist like Lofty from Complete Angler. He's got a good stock of them, I know, so they're readily available.
Or better still, fighttackle.com.au. Yes, Dave. We're going to make sure we're going to have them on Fight Tackle. I'll get it done in the next 24 hours. So everyone watching this around the world, or in Australia in particular, fighttackle.com.au, Bees Knees Reel Spooler by Busted Fishing. I've noticed this huge thread. Obviously, that can be adjusted right to here and put very wide, hugely wide drums, like 8, 12, 10 inch wide drums on there.
Yep.
And I've also heard that this, in an emergency, you can just drive your car and park your car on it and do it in, on a holiday or on a road trip somewhere. You don't need to screw it to a bench. You
can also get a rod holder adapter that fits to the bottom of that and goes in your boat rod holder. So when you're away camping with mates or whatever, you just put it in the rod holder and you have your wine.
Alright, 2 to go. Time's ticking.
Bloody oath it is.
That it?
Yep.
Alright, time's ticking. Alright, so I'm just coming into the 4th one. Now the thing to note is it's just one man and a machine and a reel at any given time. That's full. Alright, what do we got time wise?
10:51.
So what's that, 21 minutes plus 5 minutes for the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, less than half an hour. So what's that, about 25, 26 minutes for 4. Tying on the braid onto the spool and manually pulling 4 under pressure, under tension solo. Smooth and hard. Oh, that is hard work. 1, 2, 3, 4, spooled. What was that you just said, mate? An important thing.
Oh, I just said we're very anal about all of our rigging, and when it comes down to it, the spooling of the reel is probably the one thing that you don't want to trust anyone else to do. Because you don't know how tight they're putting that line on. You don't know what connection they're using at the bottom of the spool. So it's best to do it yourself. That way you know it's 100%.
There you go. 4 reels spooled, 25 minutes. One person using the BEES knees. Just made life a lot easier to have the exact pressure we wanted and having that pressure maintained right through the whole process. Thanks, Frank. We love it. Whew. If you'd like your product reviewed by the YouFishTV crew, then contact us via direct message on YouTube, Instagram or Facebook.